Good morning. Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, Daily Morning Reading Meditation. I'm Reverend Ray Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is November 27th. I will fear no evil. And our reference quote this morning comes from the Quran. Are not the friends of God those whom no fear shall come, nor shall they be put to grief? And our reading begins. Today my heart is without fear, for I have implicit confidence in the good, the enduring, and the true. Fear is the only thing of which to be afraid. It is not the host encamped against us, nor the confusion around us that we need to fear. It is the lack of confidence in the good alone which should concern us. Through inner spiritual vision, we know that evil is transitory, but good is permanent. We know that right finally dissolves everything opposed to it. The power of spirit is supreme over every antagonist. Therefore, I should cherish no fear. And when neither fear nor hate, we come to understand the unity of life. I put my whole trust in God. I know that the Spirit will gently lead me and wisely counsel me. I know that the love which envelops everything flows through me to everyone, and with it there goes a confidence, a sense of joy and freedom, a buoyant enthusiasm for living, a zest for life. For all thy ways are ways of pleasantness, and all thy paths are peace. I realize that fear is not godlike, since it contradicts the divine presence, repudiates limitless love, and denies infinite good. Therefore, I know that fear is a lie, a fraud. It is neither person, place, nor thing. It is merely an impostor that I have believed in. I have entertained it too long, so long that it seems as if it really were something, and it attempts to make me believe that 2 and 2 are 7, that the earth is flat and God is limited. Today I repudiate all fear. I renounce the belief in evil. I enter into conscious union with the Spirit. I accept the good of supreme, positive, absolute. With joy, I enter into the activities of the day. Without regret, I remember the events of yesterday. And with confidence, I look forward to tomorrow. For today, my heart is without fear. So let's take that into our time of meditation and contemplation. So I breathe in. I breathe into this recognition: one life, one love, one peace, one power, one presence, one indefinable source, cause, substance, to which we attach many names, many labels, many attempts to define and articulate what it is. And yet it is beyond a single definition. I recognize it is the ground of all being, that it is simultaneously the source, the substance, the action of creation and the creation. That it truly is all things. That it truly is the space and time between all things. That it is the substance of all things. That it is the unseen out of which all things are made into form to be seen. It is expressing as all the form, and it is that which returns to the formless as it releases the form. It is every idea. It is every breath. It is every gust of wind. It is every flow of water. It is every sunrise, every sunset. Every sandstorm, every hailstorm, every snowflake, every grain of sand on every beach. It is everywhere. It is everything. And yet, all of these things come out of the nothingness of its being, the infinite, unformed field of this infiniteness that gives the most definable nature of it I can identify is it gives. It gives without restriction. It gives without limitation. It simply expresses life. With no fear. It expresses life. And it continues to give, no matter how, no matter what we do with it as us. It never restricts itself. It never pulls away from itself. It never abandons its creation. Always pouring itself into itself. This is the truth of oneness as I understand it, as I experience it. One power, one presence. Indefinable, immeasurable, eternal. One. I am that in form. And I am no more of that than any other form, and no less than any other form. The individualized me is never all of the infinite, and yet all of the infinite lives, moves, and has its being in, through, and as me. It is this seeming conundrum that my brain would use to separate me And so I speak my word this morning, recognizing there is no separation. Any more than the water can separate from the ice cube, that wetness can separate from water. There can be no separation from the source of creation, the substance of creation. And so I recognize that I live, move, and have my being in an inextricable unity with all of life, with all that surrounds life, with the unseen and the seen, with the source, the substance, and the creation. All one. That in spiritual truth there is no you and me. There is no us and them. There is no big and little, no good and bad, no up and down, no right and wrong. There is simply life giving to life, expressing life. And so I speak my word this morning, moving consciousness, prayer, a movement in consciousness, speaking my word, just as the infinite in the beginning created. My word is creative. The word of the infinite spoken in, through, and as me is creative. And so I speak a word of awakening, a word of healing, that the body of the infinite is healing, that every cell is awakening to its individualized perfection, that it's awakening to the interconnectedness, the unification, the inextricable connection with all of life, that there is an awakening within every person's awareness of the truth of being, that there is an awakening at the sense level, at the level that the divine self recognizes itself everywhere it looks, that hears itself in everything it hears, that feels its presence no matter where it is, no matter what it's doing. Where spiritual principle is the only leader humanity follows. That alignment with the truth of being is the alignment that is sought by every expression of creation. To live in that harmonious operation of one, that all sense of separation is healed as we awaken to that experience, to that truth. Ah, there I am. Wow, there I am. And we awaken to the I am of life. The perception is moved beyond the limitations of this physical realm to the source, the substance, the cause. And that minds and hearts align with truth of being. Beyond religion, beyond intellect, beyond philosophy, beyond psychology, beyond the human brain. There is alignment. There is a recognition Creation recognizing creation. Source recognizing source. That there is an exhale that releases the need and even the desire for power over. That there is a breathing in of celebration for the preciousness of all life. That there is an exhale and with it a release of all limitation. And an inhale of the unlimited, infinite possibility that we are in form, that all life is in form. That there is an exhaling and a release of all mental fear and trepidation that limits exploration, and a breathing in of excitement and curiosity that can't wait to explore what's possible, that opens itself to an expression of life beyond the wildest human dreams, that expresses a newness that lives in the awe and wonder of creation. Holy wow. So I celebrate that the word spoken is the word fulfilled, that there is no waiting period, that it has already been done the moment it was thought and spoken. The activity of law made it so. And so now we release into this human paradigm of unfolding, this very human paradigm of process. This very human activity of seeing what law has already made so. Of seeing it so that we see it. So I let go. And I open my eyes, I open my heart, I open my ears. I allow myself to be guided to the most magnificent experience available. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.